Hello, beautiful, and welcome to the Prosperous Womb. So today I want to share something that usually gets me 5 to 7 unsubscribes every time I share this with my email list, and that is that only mediocre women do not fail, okay? And I'm talking to coaches here, so only mediocre coaches do not fail. If you're a coach who's up-leveling her life, or her relationship, or her business, or her impact, or the level of clients that she's working with, or the client experience, you will fail exponentially. And that is the most beautiful, amazing thing. I'll dive deeper. When we are creating from a 10x position, when we're creating at a level that we have never done before, at a level where we need faith, okay? We need God to make this happen because it's so irresponsible in the natural. It's so illogical. It's so impractical or unpractical. It's so unrealistic. It's so not what people would do. At that level, you need God to make it happen. And the beauty about that is that faith already knows. So it's your job, your responsibility to act like that. And I call that her. I've done many videos about this. I have high ticket profit explosion workshops that deal with her and working from a place of exponential 10x value. You can go to highticketprofitexplosion.com and get those, okay? So let's get back to why is it that you're mediocre if you're not failing. That's basically what it is. Because when you raise your floor and you raise your standards and you're working from a place where failure is no longer the end of the world. Failure is no longer how you view the thing that did not work for you, but it becomes a mechanism, a system for reiteration. It's where you reiterate the thing, you make it better, you make it different, and your client gets 10x exponential results because now you're in a league of your own. Because the thing has gone from what it was 5 years ago to this new thing that is creating things that are not even in the coaching industry, where you're no longer selling $5,000 coaching offers that have surface level tactical results, but you're going for high impact, high value exponential. Maybe it's $100,000 coaching offer or $1 million offer or $50,000 offer, where you're no longer saying things like, I'm working to create $250 years, or I want to make $500,000 this year. No, where you take the income limits off, you take the ceiling off of your income and you do the thing that God has put you here to do. Because you know the thing about these mediocre goals of like 100K months or 100K years, God didn't call you for that, okay? Your job is to do your assignment without the income cap and receive fully the value of your work. Maybe it's not $250,000 this year. Maybe that means you're going to work with clients and you're going to be paid $2 million this year. Why are you capping yourself at $250K? Because some coach is going to teach you how to create a $250 business model. Like, that's bullshit. That's mediocre. That's a fear of failure. When you come from a place where you're reverse engineering that future self, that her, and you see through the lens of her, and you measure results, you measure metrics, you measure everything through the lens of 10x, you realize if I'm not exponential, that's failure. If I'm not failing, that is failure. Because if I'm not failing, I'm not reiterating. I'm not getting better at the stuff I do. I'm not dwelling in mastery. I'm not creating a deeper focus. One of the things I learned in undergrad was when I came in, I was pre-med, but I decided that, you know what, I'm going to commit to being an accountant. I'm going to commit to an accounting major because I am going to be a CPA. So I looked at my life at the time, and at the time I had 3 or 4 majors, and I was doing all of those and my accounting major. And as I moved along, my professor said to me, if you want to succeed at the highest level, if you want to 10x, you can't continue to be an accounting major. What you need to be is see yourself as a CPA and work from that place. How will a CPA comport herself? How will a CPA see this issue? How will a CPA resolve this? What is the best strategy the CPA can use in this summer job to support the client better? Instead of looking at it from, as an accounting major, how am I going to do this project? Okay, so I got to go to my future self and work backwards. And that's when I created that 10x way of doing things in my life and looking at that place from, how do I raise my ground? What is the ground for me? And everything that it doesn't apply to that 10x goes under the floor. Goes under the floor. When you raise the floor, every failure becomes a strategic pull of your future towards you. And that is what I support clients around, because when you come in to work with me or any other coach that is not playing games at the, oh, I'm going to teach you how to do 10K months. I'm not a teacher. I'm not a strategist. I'm not a mentor. I don't even know what that is or what that looks like. I'm a business coach. I'm a midwife who pulls what God has for you or what God is doing through you out of you so you can put into the world and make exponential impact and get your creative freedom, your time freedom, and your money freedom, and all the freedom you want in the world to do all the things you want to do in the world while you're still here. It doesn't matter how scary the thing looks. The invitation is to fail at the level of your future self. So when I was in college, I looked, if I got a grade that I didn't want in my accounting exam or any of the other degrees I was doing, it wasn't how did this happen or how can I fix this? It was failing at the level of a CPA. So I failed my exams at the level that a CPA person will fail, which means it was 10 times still better and higher than everybody else because I wasn't working from a 2x or 1x level. So how can you today fail at the level of your future self in your business? That means you need to create bigger no's, greater, massive, exponential rejection. And this is where this book comes in. One of the books I love for this and I recommend to all clients, my colleagues, my friends, my family, my daughter, is Go for No. Go for No is by Richard Fenton and Andrea Waltz. And it's basically saying, yes is the destination and no is how you get there. In the beginning of my coaching business, I worked with a coach who invited me to accumulate 100 no's. And he said, yes lies in the land of no's. And that was the most powerful experience I had in the first 90 days of my coaching business, which supported me to really, really dial in and fall into loving how to sell coaching offers. And then the thing that got me to the level of 10x in my entire life was Grant Cardone's book, The 10x Rule. My neighbor borrowed that one, so I don't have it here. So The 10x Rule, Grant Cardone. Get that book. The other book that really, really supports me, my clients, and colleagues and whoever to get into deeper mastery so that the no becomes irrelevant, so the no becomes something you don't even see anymore. The no becomes the power of reiteration of the thing that you do. The no becomes the thing that's up levels your mastery, so the value of the work goes high and the value of the investment of an hour with you is 10 times more, is deep work. Deep work is Carl Newport, and I'm going to put the list of the books down here so you have those. I also recommend Peaks and Valleys. Again, I'm going to put this down here. It's by Spencer Johnson, the author of Who Moved My Cheese, Peaks and Valleys. And of course, The Big Leap, so that when you hit that thermostat of, oh, I've hit the most I can do, you can pull that income ceiling off of you and stop going for another 100K a year or 250K a year when God has 2 million for you. The Big Leap, okay? So I'm going to put those books here. And my invitation is to practice looking at failure as this machine that you use to make things better, and to look from an exponential 10x lens and pull the result to you from a 10x perspective. What would that 10x version of you do? Stop looking at yourself from the accounting version, the accounting perspective. Get up there to the CPA level and say, how will the CPA do this? How will the expert person in me do this? How will that high value coach do this? Because when you create from a 10x level, when you start to fail at a 10x level, the vision creates a smaller tunnel and you start to streamline to only 20%. And at that point, the bigger the vision, the scarier the mission where you need faith, and you know that faith knows, so you get to act like faith because faith already knows. That place creates better decisions, streamlined and aligned strategies, and longer term aligned soul-led coaching clients for your business. I dive into all of this in all of the high ticket profit explosions that you can find, workshops that you can find at highticketprofitexplosion.com. The link is below. It's also in Supernatural, my long-term private coaching program with clients, and it's also in my high ticket profit explosion VIP day, where we do your 10x profits, your 10x impact, your 10x messaging, everything in one day. The description is all below. But I need us to back off this whole, I'm scared of failing, I'm scared of big results, what if I can't sell that? No. What if you could? And even if you cannot, it's a journey. It's a journey to exponential yeses. You know, one of the things that Richard Fenton talks about in this book, Go for No, is the 5 failure levels. And you know, for me, when clients get to level 5, then I know they're ready to create a life they want. Then I know they're ready to commit fully, and everything else becomes trash in their way, out of their way, because they're at that level where they see failure as, come, I'm ready for you. Come and get it. Come and get it. That's what pulls the thing that you deserve and you want towards you. It's not, oh my gosh, is it going to work? Can it work? No, do the thing, hire the coach that you cannot afford. And then figure out a way to be resourceful to invest in your coaching work with that coach. When we stop doing the things that we know we can do, when we stop doing what's practical, what's realistic, what's logical, what's expected of us, we're not really living our full potential. We're not allowing God to fully express through us, for soul to express through us, because God is exponential. God doesn't expect you to cut back on things, to deny yourself the pleasure, to cut your desires away from you. Your desires are what pull the future towards you. Your desires are what create the exponential goal for you. Your desires are what dictate how you be in your identity as you pull that thing forward to you. So be exponential, okay? Mediocre women, they don't fail. Do you really want to not fail? If you don't, that's great. Then you can still create the 2x life, and you're still going to be years ahead of everybody else, a lifetime of enjoyment above everybody else. But to get that full creative freedom, that full money, financial freedom, that full time freedom, impact freedom, and all the freedom you want to enjoy in abundance in your life, step into 10x, step into 20. Some people are already at 10x. Step into 25x. Step into the thing that is so scary. You need God's faith to do it, and faith already knows. So just act like it.